In this video, I'm going to answer a common question that I get about university studies in Finland, which is how much time does it actually take from your schedule to study a bachelor's or master's level degree in Finland? What's up guys and welcome back to the channel. If this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Oliver and on this channel we talk about education and early career development in Finland. So if you are new here, do consider subscribing. All right, so this question about how much time does it actually take for you to study in Finland is something that I hear all the time. And it's of course hard to say for sure because not everyone is going to spend the same time working on their studies as others. In addition, how much time you need to spend on your studies will depend on the school that you go to, the field that you're studying, the level of the courses, as well as your personal abilities and skills to internalize the information that is being taught. Having said all of that, the following numbers are commonly used in Finland when assessing how many hours it should take for you to study at a normative pace at a university. So in Finland, when universities talk about the amount of time that you need to use for your studies, they often refer to the approximate hours needed per credits earned. So in Finland, we use the ECTS or the European Credit Transfer System. The only thing you really need to know about this system is that ECTS credits measure the progress of your studies. What is actually relevant is that in Finland, the scope of a university level bachelor's degree is 180 credits, while the scope of a university level master's degree is 120 credits. Please note that there is a difference between these numbers depending on whether we are talking about universities or universities of applied sciences. If you don't know what the difference is between these two institutions, please check out this video for a detailed breakdown. Anyways, the numbers that I just mentioned mean that if you want to do a bachelor's and a master's degree in a Finnish university, you need to accumulate a total of 300 credits. So the normal pace of doing this is 60 credits per academic year. Next, the number of credits earned per course depends not only on the scope or the length of the course, but also on the requirements of said course. However, as a reference point, at the Aalto University School of Business, where I did my studies, most of our courses were either 6 or 3 credits each. However, these can be less or more depending on the school and the course. All right, so the next piece of the puzzle is how many hours does it actually take to earn 1 credit? This is actually quite simple, and the answer is approximately 27 hours on average. All right, so finally, before we can actually talk how much time does it take to study per week, we also need to understand how the academic year is structured. The academic year at a Finnish university consists of 2 semesters, the autumn semester, which runs from late August or early September to the end of the year, and the spring semester, which runs from January to either late May or early June. Again, there are differences to these depending on whether you go to a university or a University of Applied Sciences. However, these 2 semesters are divided in total into 5 periods, each of which are 6 weeks long, with an additional week for exams. There are 2 periods in the autumn and 3 in the spring. All right, so that was a bit of an information dump. However, before we move to the next point and actually calculate how many hours does it take to study per week, let's quickly thank today's sponsor, which is HOAS. So HOAS, or the Foundation for Student Housing in the Helsinki region, is a non-profit foundation that rents, builds, and maintains student apartments in the Helsinki metropolitan area. I've personally been living in their apartments basically throughout my studies, and I can wholeheartedly recommend that you apply for one of their almost 10,000 apartments in the Helsinki region. More information about HOAS and all of their apartments through the links in the description box below. Anyways, continuing with the question at hand. Since we just learned that we have 5 periods each year and we need to do at minimum 60 credits per year, that means 12 credits per period. On the other hand, since each credit means around 27 hours of work, that means a total of 324 hours through the duration of each 6-week period. If we divide that number by 42, which is the number of days in 6 weeks, if you also count the weekends, we get an average of 7.7 hours of work per day. If you don't want to study during the weekends, you would need to study around 10.8 hours per weekday. Do note that both of these numbers would include things like listening to the lectures, doing your assignments and projects, as well as studying for your exams, but those do not include things like commuting to the campus, learning how to use the university systems, or, planning your studies. All of this extra stuff has to be counted on top of the numbers that I just mentioned. And by the way, they will take quite a while, especially if you have just started your studies. Having said this, this is also the reason why I recommend that if you want to work alongside your studies, you should not apply for a job right at the beginning of your studies, but rather spend at least one semester just getting to know the Finnish university system and how much time it actually takes for you to get through your courses. I actually have a video about this topic that you can check out right here, or if you want to learn more about studying in Finland, check out this playlist right here. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.